the situations room. Of course, we're in a situation room. And we get in that situation room where we talk about things we want to talk about. We talk about things we need to talk about. And today, man, we're going to talk about the penitentiary, right? Because coming home from the penitentiary with mental health issues, people don't understand what we've been through. So I want to tell you, some situations with Moon, right? So one day I was in the hole. We're in the hole. I got a cellie. And we ain't gonna say no names, but the people that was there know. But I got a cellie. The staff that's working, they like a gang. There's like 10 of them. It's like 10 officers. And they be jumping people and stuff. So when you go to the feds and you get to like Lewisburg, Hazelton, Big Sandy, McQuarrie, they be trying to set an example like they the toughest police, right? So they want to jump you, whoop you, fuck you up, whatever they can do. So I'm in the hole, right? During this time, in order for you to make a move in the hole, so when you're in the hole, you locked in. You locked in 23 hours a day. You're supposed to get an hour rec every day. They're supposed to take you outside to the rec cage. But this group of police saying ain't nobody getting no rec. If you knock on the door asking for rec, we fucking you up. It's mandatory that you get an hour rec. But if a lieutenant or a captain or somebody walk back here and you say something to them about it, when they say something to the staff, they gonna come and whoop you. So ain't nobody going to rec. We get to the hole. My man on the other side got some weed. He trying to sell some weed to us, but we gotta go outside and wreck to get it. But it ain't no wreck. So my celly like, man, fuck that, man. We about to, man, trip out there. They ain't supposed to take our wreck. So I'm like, man, chill out, man. That shit ain't about nothing. He like, nah, fuck that. They ain't taking our wreck. So now, when they come back there, they passing the food out, and it's 24 cells, and it go in a straight line. It go from 1 to 24. So not only are they not giving us rec, but now when they pass the food out, they'll come to your cell 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As soon as they get to 24, he comes back to cell 1 and say, that's it, it's up. Give me your tray. Dude was like, bro, I ain't even get to get my fork and stuff together yet. It ain't even been 2 minutes. They like, we're on one head. Give me your tray. So we was going for that shit for a minute. We ain't got no weed, bro. We ain't getting no food. We hungry. They back here tripping. So now we like, man, fuck that. We ain't going for this shit. So my celly like, man, fuck that. We ain't going for it. Next time when they come back here, we buck. We got to figure out how to get the door open. Now, either both of us gonna have to be going to medical or something. With both of us going out to cell, we got to come out of our cuffs. But that's not really that likely, right? So how can we get the door open? So my celly like, look, bro, when the lieutenant come back here, I'm gonna tell him we ain't getting no rec. He gonna say something to them. When they come back here, we fucking them up. So I'm like, all right, man. So he do it. The lieutenant came like, lieutenant, what's up to rec, bro? We don't get rec back here. Lieutenant like, yeah, I ain't been going to rec. He's like, I'm trying to go to rec in the morning. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna say something to the staff. Like clockwork. Here they come. When they get there, mind you, we beef about the food, we beef about the rag, we beef about mail, like we beef about a lot of stuff going on back here. They just killing us, they ain't getting us out mail, we ain't getting out newspapers. And if you from DC, I'm from DC, bro. If you from DC and you out of town and you getting the Washington Post, that's just $700, $600, you know what I'm saying? And you been back here, you know what I'm saying, 30 days, you ain't been getting your paper. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't getting your magazines, you ain't getting shit, and you entitled to have it. So they like, they ain't doing it. Like clockwork, here they come. They get to the door. But y'all want to complain about rent? So my son like, fuck you, bitch. So I'm like, what? Like, fuck you. So they look at me, I'm sitting there. So they like, you with that? And fuck you. You're like, oh yeah, yeah. They leave. They come back about 20 deep. They got that Ninja Turtle shit on. They got on hero masks, vests, they got shields, they got big ass tasers. They got a concussion grenade, whatever you call that motherfucker. It's a grenade. They throw that motherfucker in there. That bitch loud as shit, it busts. Boom, that bitch like a grenade. And they got guns. They got pepper spray bullet guns. And they got rubber bullet guns. So they outside the door. They like, cuff up. I mean, fuck you. They like, cuff up. So my cellie telling me, look, man, take your towel, wet it, tie it around your face. So I see him doing it. He get his towel wet. He tying it around his face. I get my towel, I wet it, tie it around my face. So they like, man, open, they like, turn around and cuff up. So they got our tray slot open on the door. So on all the doors, it's a little slot that you open, they get your food through it. Or when you gotta come out, you know, whether it's a medical visit or whatever, you gotta cuff up. You gotta stick your hands through there, but you gotta do it backwards though. You stick your hands behind the door, behind you backwards, they cuff you up, you gotta walk out backwards. So they had our door with the slide open, cuff up, cuff up, cuff up. Man, fuck you, open the door, bitch, we ain't cuffing up nothing. So my sonny like, man, grab your mattress. I'm like, grab my mattress, fucking grab the mattress for you. Like, man, grab your mattress. I grab my mattress. They throw the damn grenade in the room. Boom! The shit's so loud inside the cell, like I can't hear no more. Like I really can't hear. I see everything, but I can't hear nothing. Like my hearing is like gone. And I'm holding the mattress and they open the door. And when they open the door, you know, I'm ready to drop this mattress to fight, but the mattress on fire. So the mattress going up in flames. I'm like, letting the mattress go, and the mattress in flames, bro. Smoke everywhere in the room. There's black smoke. The sprinklers start going off. There's white stuff spraying everywhere. They trying to run in the cell. We fighting, we clutching, we rumbling. We going through all of this shit. And, you know, of course, at the end, they beat the shit out of us, got us in there. Got us down on the ground, shocking us, overkill. You know what I'm saying, bro? My shit was tingling for like 2 months. My fingers and shit, my shit was tingling. That shit was tingling like a month and a half, 2 months. My shit was tingling like shit, but so they wrestle us down, they get us down, they start showers on it, they whoop us. This is the thing that they got in the feds, what they do. So they cuff you up. So the situation over with. You already cuffed up. They got you cuffed behind your back. And they walking you. And they got a camera behind you. Because they supposed to film everything that's going on, so they be walking behind you with a camera. And as you walking, you will just hear the police say, stop resisting. You're like, what? Stop resisting. Like, what you talking about? They gonna pick you up. Slam the shit out you in your face. They gonna beat the whole shit out you while you cuffed up right there. They gonna fuck you up. Motherfuckers getting their arm broke, collarbone broke, teeth knocked out, jaw broke, eye poked out. Like, so when you go in those situations and you acting like that, just remember that's what you got coming. Like, you gonna hear that when they cuff you up and you hear that, stop resisting. Yeah, they ready to fuck you up. Yeah, no question. You know what I'm saying? That's how that go. You know what I mean? Another situation in prison is like, you know, I was out Canaan. And you got these petty ass police out there. And, you know, we don't disrespect the dead or no shit like that, but you had these police out there that was petty as a motherfucker, racist ass white boys out there. And, you know, they showed it. They hated us, bro. Blacks and Mexicans, they hate. Hispanics, blacks and Hispanics, they hate, you know what I'm saying? And they still on a good old white boy time. So, you know, we out there and they doing what they doing. And you check up Canaan and look up it's a police named Eric Williams that was murdered in Canaan. A white guy, white cop.
Eric Williams' family says they're still in shock. They say they always worried about him on the job, but never expected something so horrible to happen in the line of duty, especially as a prison guard. 3 men from the federal prison near Waymart visited his home in Nanticoke to tell him his son Eric had been killed.
They didn't go into too many details. I know he was attacked by a prisoner, which I'm trying to set that aside right now, my feelings about that.
In 2013, a correctional officer at the prison would be brutally murdered. On Monday, February 25th, Eric Williams was working one of the housing units at the prison. The attack was absolutely ruthless. Williams would be stabbed with a shank more than 200 times by inmate Jesse Conway. Conway attacked Williams just before lockdown at 10 p.m. He kicked him down the unit stairs and continued his assault with 2 shanks. It would take 10 minutes for other staff to respond. One inmate was asked by the news why he didn't intervene. He said, "If I ran to help him, the feds wouldn't have taken 1 minute off my sentence." Conway would receive a life sentence, which some said was too light, since he was already never going to be released from prison due to a prior murder conviction.
Because the officers out there were so petty and pressing people and, harassing people all the time. They jumping people, they shaking cells down, they searching cells, and they being petty. They taking stuff like pillow. You weren't supposed to have a pillow, they take your pillow. You weren't supposed to have a fork, they take your fork. Right? Like you sell us food to eat, but we don't got a fork. So people was taking forks out the kitchen. But the forks in the kitchen orange. The forks on commissary tan. So when they come in your cell and they see the orange forks, they take them. Well, it's not a fork, it's a spork, or whatever the fuck you call it. A spoon and a fork together, that's what it is. But they take it, right? So they doing a lot of little petty shit. And bro, the Mexican, he got tired of that shit. He was tired of that shit, and they done something to him. And this particular day, he was tired of it, bro. This dude knew, like, he went and got in the shower. He took a shower. He went and got in the shower. He took a shower. He got out of the shower, came back. And I can't really say a lot that happened from that time, but all I know is he started fucking the police up, started whooping them, beating the shit out of them, whooping them. Took a knife, bro. Put the knife in his mouth and then stomped that junk down his throat, bro, and killed him. And they have, like, in Canaan, I think that's Waymart, Pennsylvania, they have a Eric Williams Day. And so look, so they locked us down, like we was down, fucked up bad. Locked us down forever, tore that motherfucker apart. They came and took everything from everybody. And they took the guy out and they put him in another prison. And every time he went to court for like one of his court dates, because they charged him with the murder of the officer, every time he went to court, they locked the institution down. Every year on the anniversary of the day is after the institution locked down. A lot of stuff was going on behind, that situation with Eric Williams. And when you get a job like that and you go to work every day, and I'm not speaking about Eric Williams, I'm speaking about all correctional officers, all of them. When you get a job like that, you go in there around convicted murderers and, want to be murderers, soon to be murderers, about to be murderers. What the fuck is you thinking? Like, that shit don't make sense to go in there and you're not even from the street. Like, you just got out of school, you got a job because your parents making you get a job, and you come in and get with the good old boys and try and be tough, and a lot of motherfuckers losing their life. You know what I'm saying? So, that was a serious thing to see in there, to see somebody put the knife in the police's mouth and then stomped it down his throat. Just like, yeah, that was some different shit to see. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna give y'all a good positive note on something one time. So I'm out Hazelton, and I got these murder charges, and I'm locked up. I got life, so I'm doing life for murder, and I got anger issues. I'm, acting out. I had my fair share of fight stabbings. I've been in a lot of stabbings, a lot of fights. So I'm just trying to find myself. But growing up playing sports, coming up in the city, I was a football star. I played football all my life. So growing up in D.C., it was football, basketball, boxing, mainly, right? Some people swim. I know I swim. I know I box. But I mainly played football. So when I got to jail playing basketball, I know I played basketball. I was okay, but I couldn't go left. So I didn't have a left hand. I had a set shot, shoot good, athletic, but couldn't go left. So unknowingly to me, I keep getting locked down, keep going to the hole, I'm being in the hole. Every time I play somebody, like, he can't go left, make him go left. So a lot of the times, I would use my aggression, with dudes ain't really gonna foul me too hard because I blank out, you know what I'm saying? So I was using my aggression, and one day, the big homies came out there, and we out there playing, and these my big homies, and they ain't scared of me. So they like, yeah, try that shit with me. Come on, go left. You gotta go left. Not only is they my big homies, but these my men. You know what I'm saying? Like, we men, man. So it's all fun. And they trying to force me to go left. What you scared of? I take 2 dribbles left, pick the ball up. You know what I'm saying? Pass the ball, whatever. Good without the ball. I'm a monster going right, but I can't go left. Like I said, all of this going on, I'm not realizing what's going on, but I keep going in the hole, I keep getting in trouble, all of this stuff going on. I started reading yoga and meditation. Now, mind you, I've always seen the books and all that stuff, and I ain't really paying no attention, but right now in my situation, I know I need to relax. So I'm saying shit to say relaxation, calmness and all this shit. So I'm high as a motherfucking man. Let me read this shit. I like to read, you know what I mean? I'm sitting there and I'm reading. Oh, they got stretchers and poses and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, this that shit I be saying on TV and the books and shit. So I started doing little stretches and shit. Feeling good. Every day I'm putting 15 minutes into the stretch. And I started meditating. That was hard for me, but I continued to meditate. And it's hard to sit still for that long to me, but I had got into it, meditate. Unbeknownst to me, I got a little homie, Hank, man, rest in peace to Hank. Hank died, man, from an aneurysm. Hank got shot in his head, and we was in prison. He died from an aneurysm, but Hank was uncoordinated, wild as hell, couldn't play basketball, none of that shit. So I went out there one day just playing around with Hank. And I said, I'm going to play with my left hand. And I started trying to beat him with my left hand. He beat me. When we got back to the unit, he talking big boy shit. Man, I dogged him, I beat him, and I'm mad. I'm in my feelings because you some shit. I dog your little ass, but I played him with my left hand. So I'm like, bro, I played you with my left. He like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit. He like, you supposed to be that good. You should have beat me with your left. I'm in there the next day doing my meditation, doing my stretching. And I start thinking about him with my left hand. I got my music playing. So a lot of people do their meditation that was quiet. I meditate quietly, but when I'm stretching, I'll be having my music on. And I'm thinking about him. We went outside that day, I'm playing him with my left. I beat him. I continued to beat him. Like every day I continued to beat him, but I only could play him with my left. We did that for 2 years. 2 years, I was out the way. Everybody know that every day, man, get high, go play one-on-one basketball, we go back in. We got our own little court over here. We ain't even tripping. Nobody better not get on our court. We come out here every day on this court. Nobody better not get on this court. We fucking you up. We coming out here to play on this court every day. So we went from playing 1-on-1 to playing 2-on-2. So that's me and Hank playing somebody. And we talking, we running, cutting, giving go. We learning that. Well, he learning it, but so we beating people, of course. You know, we playing by 1 to 16. Of course, I got like 12 points. You know what I'm saying? But we get to playing 3-on-3. Time go by, we get to playing 5-on-5. So in prison, on Mondays they got the chicken patties, and on Wednesdays they got the cheeseburgers and French fries. So everybody going to get the chicken patties on Monday. Everybody going to get the cheeseburgers and French fries on Wednesday. We used to take our tent and go down the gym during lunchtime, and we be playing whole court, 5-on-5, the whole rec period. So we go down there at 10:30 a.m. and we come back at 1. So we down there, you know what I'm saying, getting it in. It ain't no crying, it ain't no hacking. We down here, we wrecking. In prison, you got guys that have been in the NBA, you got guys that have been in college, you got guys that would stand out, high school stars, like, it's all types of people in prison. So when you get in prison, you're gonna see somebody nice with that ball. And my brother was nice with the ball. Dicey was like one of the best with the ball. And so because Dicey was so good at basketball, people thought that I was that good because I'm the youngest. But I wasn't as good as Dice. But when I developed, you know what I'm saying, my left hand, I got way, way better. Like I was on, you know, a different level of playing. But I continued on playing, you know, our little regular lunchtime. And then one day a guy was down there, he was like, well, why y'all don't take y'all team to the B League? So in the penitentiary, they got the A League and the B League. I'm like, all right, bet. So those guys that I'm playing with, they're a little leery about playing around people because they don't like people crying and whatever. But we, in a few years we've been playing, we really got good. So we go to the B League. We running through the B League. We dogging the B League. So I'm scoring 30 points in the B League, 15 rebounds. I'm talking about, I got monster numbers, but they some bums. It's the B League. So people like, Moon, you can't play B League no more. You gotta go to A League. So I'm like, damn, y'all don't do me like that. Like, I'm at my moment right now. I'm the man over here. So they're like, nah, you can't play no more. So they barred me from the B League. They made me go to A League. So when I go to A League, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure it out. So I get on a team with Church. Church was like that ball that could have went to college, was one of them high school standouts, dunking and all that shit. Church know the game, Church point guard. So I'm playing with Church, cooking. I'm dropping 20, 25 a night, cooking. Man, we in a game, one game, they done broke my damn wrist, bro. They done ran me into the wall, broke my wrist. I'm out the league. I'm fucked up. Wrist broke. I'm in the cans. Shit over for me. So, like, a year go by. I'm geeking to play basketball. Geeking, bro. But in that time, I broke my right hand. So in the time that my right hand was in the cast and all that, I was just dribbling and playing with the ball with my left. And I was so geeking to play basketball that, you know, I was just dribbling with my left hand. Finally, I get my wrist and shit. I broke my right wrist. Finally, I get my wrist and shit back together. You know, I'm back to strength. I can do push-ups. You know, I can do little dips. I can get back to balling. And for the first time, I ain't played with the homies and nobody went and got all out of towners. It was me, Atlanta dude, Carolina dude, another Georgia dude, Florida dude. Like, we had all people from different parts that played their position. We put the team together, A-League. And I'm scoring 20, 25 a night, cooking. And one day, and it sounds corny, but it's just facts. One day we in a game, and we down 13. It was like 3 minutes left in the game. We been getting dogged the whole game. We was down 20-something. So people was just like, not even paying attention to the game no more. People just like talking, laughing, be glad when this game over with. So my team like, look, man, we can beat these dudes. Like, come on, we gotta come back. So we coming back. Say 3 minutes left. Probably 2 and some change. We down 13. Bro, I hit 5 threes straight. Cook their ass. I'm talking about arm sights, the first look. So they throw me the ball. I come on the right side, pull the 3. I do it the second time, pull the 3. I do it the third time, pull the 3. They call the timeout. The crowd go crazy, man. Everybody hype. So when I used to go play basketball, you know, I was a bum at first. So when I was playing, people like, "Well, what's up?" Like, I'm Kobe right now. Like, I'm Kobe. So everybody like, "You rich bum ass nigga. You ain't no Kobe." So, you know, every time, "Hey, man, y'all got a game?" Like, bro, I'm Kobe right now. Don't call me. I'm Kobe, bro. Man, you some shit. You ain't no motherfucking Kobe. So as the time went by, the years went by, I get to playing, I get to do it good. You hear the crowd, Kobe, 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 Kobe. So I'm picking up the shit. So look, I done hit 3 threes. The crowd going off. They like, Kobe, cook him, Kobe. I'm sized. They call the timeout. They come on the timeout. I go to the other side of the floor. They like, "Nah, you hide over there, go over there." I'm like, "Nah, I'm over here. I'm good. Play." I had 2 more threes. Broke their back. We won the game. Niggas running on the court, grabbing me, picking me up, man. I'm talking about, I was so motherfucking happy, Mo. I ain't never been that motherfucking happy in my life. I was happy as shit. I felt like Kobe for real. Mother was carrying me around the gym. Like, I felt like the motherfucking man out there, but I went to the championship that year. I won the championship that year. So when you check out what was the Hazelton history, nigga, I got a championship down there when I was the star of the show. That's information for your ass.
In September, U.S. Senators Shelley Moore Capito and Joe Manchin called for an investigation into FCC Hazelton in Preston County. This comes after claims of alleged serious misconduct at the prison. That includes falsified incident reports and requests to tamper with security cameras to cover up inmates escaping, staff urinating on prisoner property, and forcing prisoners to defecate on themselves as a condition of being released from restrictive custody. According to the senator's letters, some employees who engaged in these incidents weren't fired, but promoted despite open investigations into the misconduct. Officials claim some of what goes on at Hazelton is due to a lack of staffing, with more than 70 officer vacancies at the prison as of September. In February, the Department of Justice released a report which found the BOP failed to prevent the deaths of 14 inmates at FCC Hazelton over the course of 8 years. That makes Hazelton the second deadliest prison in the country.
So let me tell you about another situation in prison that was real intense and scary. And I'm in Canaan, and they had 4 TVs. People complained that there wasn't enough TVs because DC had 3 of the 4 TVs. So they put another TV in there. So it was 5 TVs. So DC, we got the sports TV, we got the BET, MTV, Jam TV, the videos. We got the movie TV. So they put this other TV in here, which was for them supposedly for the white boys, because the white boys was crying they didn't have a TV. But you got the Hispanics in here that's crying that they don't have a TV. They got 1 TV, and it's some Hispanics that don't speak English, so they don't understand that TV. They want a TV to play like Telemundo so they can get, they can understand what's going on. So the people put another TV in there. DC homies. Man, that's our TV too. So Mexicans like, bro, we only got 1 TV, bro. Y'all got 3 TVs, bro. They like, man, y'all can't, they put this in here for us. DC niggas like, fuck yeah, we taking that TV, that's ours too. And you better not go to the police about it. Now, of course, Mexicans ain't no bitches. Like, you just can't talk that shit to them like that. So they like, all right, motherfucker, like, meet us on the yard. So the homies going around, all the homies in the block, like, bro, we got work with these Mexicans, be on the yard. You see all the homies in the block getting together and put their shit on, get ready to go out on the yard. So I'm like, man, what the fuck? What this shit about? They're like, it's about the TV. What about the TV? And the homie said, that's their TV. I'm like, bro, we got 3 TVs. Like, why you don't want them to have that TV? Man, fuck them, they ain't getting out. That's our TV. All right, bro. Go out on the yard. But we out on the yard, it's like 300 Mexicans out here. And this is only DC. So there's only like about 60 of us out here. It's more DC homies than that, but at this time, there's only like about 60 of us out here. Like about 300 of these motherfuckers out here. And they like, look, bro, like, what's up? And the homie taking the charge, like, what's up? We out here. Y'all ain't getting the TV. That's what it is. So I'm standing here, bro, and you can see the tension. You can see niggas' hearts beat. You can see niggas swallow. You can see it in niggas, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm standing there looking, and so while this going on, I'm sizing motherfuckers up. Fuck all that, I ain't gonna be the one. So I'm sitting there sizing motherfuckers up, looking at this shit. Here come the ward. Captain, assistant ward, lieutenant. 30 officers, they coming out. They everywhere. They in the towers. They got the guns out. They come running with the guns. They got guns everywhere. So they like, man, what the fuck going on? Like, we see war grade jump off. And when the police come, we like, bro, it ain't nothing. So they're like, what you mean? We like, ain't nothing. They're like, man, look, this motherfucker down. So we all stand on the yard, and it's like, bro, we ready to get locked down. Like, what's going to happen when we come back out? Like, hey, we don't need this. So they're like, man, everybody back there, ain't nobody move. They're like, man, everybody clear the yard. Nobody ain't move. Mexicans still there, we still here. There's some other people outside. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but they standing out there. So they open the yard for people to leave. A few people now. Not a lot. You know what I mean? And it ended up, the police came over there trying to talk to both sides. And I was like, man, get the fuck on. Nobody got nothing to say to them. So everybody like shut them to get the fuck on. They still trying to lock it down. Ain't nobody going. And then finally the Mexican and the homie came together and talked. And they worked some shit out. The Mexicans was like, man, we gonna have it during the day and y'all get it at night, you know, whatever. And, you know, we worked that situation out that way. But the point that I'm making about that is, being in prison, it was that easy over TV. Motherfuckers could have lost their life. And I'm gonna tell y'all about a time when I got caught in the visiting home bringing drugs in. So, you know, I used to get drugs every visit. And I used to go up, you know what I'm saying, regularly, like every week or every other week, like all across this country, wherever I've been at. Whoever know me, know wherever I've been, man, I make moves, you know, I make shit happen. So this particular time, got home, it's 3 of us. It's 3 of us. And we all jugging. We all jugging and jamming, we making moves. And one week I'm in there, and one of my partners, he's sitting in there, and he in the row in front of me. And I see the SIS come, and the SIS is the Special Investigation Services. It's like the FBI in the street. You know what I'm saying? So the SIS come, and they run down me. And so they grab him, and I'm like, his girl over there, she done went, you know, she got the, so the shit went crazy. They lock him up, they bust him. He in the hole. 2 weeks go by, I'm in the motherfucker. I'm making my move. The people come. When they come, I already made my move. I already got this shit. You see what I'm saying? So now, they like, look, Your visit terminated. They walking my visit that way. They walking me this way. So I'm like, bro, I know motherfucking well they ain't see me. So somebody had to put them on me. So now I don't know what's going on, so I'm on point. So I get back to there like, let me strip search. Let me strip search shit, fuck you. So I'm like, you going to the hole. All right, you going to the dry cell. I don't give a fuck. I get to the dry cell. They put you in this room, and they just give you this little thin-ass mattress, right? And just put boxes on, some thin-ass boxes. No shirt, no socks, shoes, no nothing. You just got on some boxes. They give you a sheet, and they give you this little thin-ass mattress. When you under the sheet, you can't put your hands under the sheet. So it's cold in there. They got the vent blowing hard as shit. But you got to shit 3 times before you can get out. And you got to shit on camera. And they put this pan, they take a little round pan, like a little hospital pan. They take a little round pan. They slide it inside a plastic bag. They sit it on the floor, cuff you up, and you got to squat over top of the pan and shit while they record it. So it's the most humiliating shit, but you're not getting out of here until you shit 3 times. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, what the fuck I'm gonna do? But I already understand that I gotta wait them out. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to wait them out. You know what I mean? I gotta make this move. So I wait them out. I'm in here for like 2 weeks. Freezing in this motherfucker, cold as shit. And the police like, hey, come on, man, why don't you just shit? Bro, I ain't took a shit in like 10 days. Like, I'm dead serious. I was sitting there like, man, fuck, bro. So I'm like, man. But the thing about it is, you know what I'm saying, I'm in this cell and I don't know what to do with it. If they come in here when I take the shit and they see it, then like, what am I gonna do? And then I got weed, that shit gonna smell like a motherfucker. So I don't know what to do. So I'm like, man, fuck, bro. I'm just sitting here every day, freezing like shit. Finally, I said, fuck it, I'm gonna just try something. When the food came, I asked for a styrofoam cup. They gave it to me. I took the shit and put it in the cup. Put the napkin on it. But the thing about it is this, so I got it cuffed. I gotta get it. They watching me and I can't use my hands. So I laid out on the mattress. I put the sheet up on me like this. I got my hands over it like this. But I got my feet down on the floor with my knees bent. And I'm laid back and I got my hands like this. So they looking at me. So what I did was I slid my hand and grabbed the tissue and slid it up under my boxers and laid back like this. After 2 weeks, they be dozing off, going to sleep. So I'm laying back like this. So I gotta wiggle a little bit, you know what I'm saying, to make it fall, because I've been cuffing it. I've been holding the shit so tight, cuffing it, you know what I'm saying, it's like kind of stuck to my skin. So I'm trying to wiggle and scratch and wiggle so it can fall on the paper, you know what I'm saying? So that's the shit a nigga going through. So I'm sitting there, you know, grab my family, my loved one. You got me in here, and if you don't get no drugs, then everybody good. If you do get some drugs, everybody has to go to jail. So I'm laying here like, fuck that, y'all not getting this shit. But now that I got the opportunity to kind of get rid of it, the shit kind of stuck to my skin. Because if you in jail, what a motherfucker understand is you got, you know, boxers on, it ain't boxing briefs. You know what I'm saying? It's the regular boxers they give you in there. So you got to stick the shit between your cheeks and cuff your cheeks. You know what I'm saying? They just walk around like, fuck, you know, like I ain't got nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? But by the time I'm trying to get the shit stuck to my skin. So I'm over here wiggling, swimming, trying to get it. I finally get the shit, put it in the cup. I put the tissue in the cup. So I'm like, man, look, I'm ready to shit, bro. So they come in there. So I'm like, bro, don't come up in here, bro. Stand at the door, man. That shit uncomfortable. That shit embarrassing, man. And they bit. They never crossed the threshold. So that right there was like, all right, bet. I'm about to go in and shit, man. Fuck that. As long as they don't come in. And that's what I did. I took my little 3 shits. You know what I'm saying? Took my little 3 shits. And so now it's time for me to leave. So when you leave out of here, they're going to take you out of here. They're going to take you to a room to switch you over, switch you out. You got to take these boxes off, and then you got to put your clothes on, and then they're going to take you to the cell. Mind you, I done put the shit in the cup. What the take you? So when they leave from right there, they like, we're ready to come back and get you. I'm like, cool. They moving the cameras. I grab it again. Put the shit between my boxes, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right. I get over here, they're like, all right, take them boxes off, put these on. I'm like, dang. If I move my leg any kind of way, it's gonna fall. So I'm like, damn. So I'm trying to stand there with my legs together, just like let the boxes fall down and like, you know what I'm saying, keep my knees together, like move my feet. But now I gotta bend down and put them on. So it's gonna look crazy if you're not lifting your leg up. You know, put your stuff on. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, hey, bro, can I get something to blow my nose real quick? And he stepped on and I was able to put my stuff on. But I sat in that dry cell, bro, for 2 weeks. Not eating, not drinking, none of that. I used the bathroom. I pissed a couple of times, but I beat them. And everybody was straight. They took my visits for a year. I stayed in the hole for like about 6 months. I came out the hole. I was on the concrete, got 6 months. I got my visits back. But even when I came out, I was getting visits, but I was getting non-contact, like behind the glass visits. You know what I'm saying? So even then, I was doing that. You know what I mean? So, you know, that was a hell of a time right there. You know, being froze because they use torture tactics, like they turn the air up sky high in that bitch, and you ain't got on some boxes, bro. That bitch cold as shit. You in this concrete cell. You ain't got no socks on or nothing. The floor freezing, bro. That's what it is. You know what I mean? Until you cooperate. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is a deadless motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna tell you about growing up when I was young, and there was this dude. And he was like 18, I was like 12. But he was big. You know what I mean? He was like 6'2", 230. Big young nigga. He was whooping shit, right? He was whooping everything. So, you know, we looked up to him. That was the big homie. You know, we know he whooping shit, but we looked up to him. And one day we outside and he started punching on me and shit. So I'm like, bro, go ahead, bro. Your job too big. Be punching me like that. Your job fucked me up. He was going to my body, job doing too hard, and he fractured my ribs. My grandmother taking me to the hospital. I come back, my ribs fractured. So the next day I see him, I'm like, hey, bro, like, you fractured my ribs. He's like, let me see. I put my shirt up and show him, nigga hit me. Like, you better toughen up. Yeah. No, I'm young. I'm in the 7th grade. I'm like, all right. That's what's up. So after that, we sitting there and this nigga was getting bricks. At the time, he was getting like 2, 3, 4 bricks, some shit like that. So I already made my mind up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get his ass. One day he made a move. He got the bricks. We see he got the bricks. He get in the car and he leave. He gone for about 2 hours, he come back. So we assuming he took it home. Yeah. Get the hoodie, I get the mask. I go up the alley. The crazy part about it is when I get up the alley, this nigga come up the alley. So I'm up here trying to put the mask the hood when he pop up. I'm like, oh shit. He like, what you doing up here? I'm like, look, bro. So at the time, I had shot a few people already. So people knew that like I had got involved a little bit. So when he come up there, I think like I was beefing with somebody. So I'm like, bro, I'm beating them niggas down there playing with me, bro. I'm about to go down there and fuck them niggas up. He like, man, you faking. I'm like, man, I ain't faking. I'm about to go do that shit right now. He like, come here. He helped me. He put the hoodie on. He showed me how to put the hoodie on. He put the mask on. He showed me a bunch of stuff to do with that. You know what I mean? He showed me all of this. He showed me how to, copy down, put it into the wall. He giving me the blueprint. He like, you ready? I'm like, yeah. He like, you better not be faking. He like, all right, bet. He like, come on. We walking. But we going across the street. People see him, they know him. They see me, they don't know who I am. I got a hood on, mask, all this stuff. I'm just walking with him. And he turned around and he was like, I find out you bluffing, I'm gonna kill you. I'm like, all right, come on. He turned around, walked in the cut, and I shot his ass 5 times in his head. And I dogged his ass. And I went back, I gave the keys, I took his keys and shit. I took all this shit, made it look like a robbery. I pulled his pockets inside out. I did all of that shit, made it look like a robbery. I made sure I hit him in this temple, made sure I hit him in this temple, made sure I hit him in the back of his head. I made sure his ass was dead. I went back and I took the keys. And I gave the keys to my 2 men. And I said, look, go to the apartment and get that shit. You know what I'm saying? Come back. They're like, all right. And remember, I'm in the 7th grade, so my grandmother on my ass, I can't be outside that late. And even though I'm selling drugs and I'm in the street full time, I still gotta be in the house at a certain time. My grandmother on my back. And then in DC, a lot of people getting killed, so I'm too young. She don't want me out there like that. So I go in the house that night. The next day when I wake up, call my man, like, what's up? What y'all get? They're like, bro, we ain't getting nothing. Fuck you mean you ain't getting nothing? They're like, we ain't getting nothing. Fuck you mean you ain't getting nothing? I'm like, man, I know they ain't playing with me like that. You know what I'm saying? I know motherfucker well, these niggas ain't go get this shit and they ain't get me nothing. So boom. I go to school that day. All day I'm in school, just thinking my brain racing like shit. Get out of school, I come home and police outside front of our building. Now he dead. He got killed last night, but his car still parked right here. Police go in his car. Why the fucking keys of coke in the car? I see the shit. I'm like, So I look at my man and I'm like, y'all ain't lying. Like, oh, this nigga never took this shit home. So as the police pulling this shit out, he looking at it, he see this shit on top of the car. I'm just looking like, bro, that's my shit, bro. Well, I ran over there and grabbed the shit, broke. But when I grabbed it, got this bag, the police grabbed this bag. When I went to rain, it ripped and the shit fell. I kept running. So I got away with some shit. You know what I'm saying? And we get away with the shit. The shit is over with. One of the dudes that I'm with, one of my partners, one of my best friends, he killed his mother. His mother, church lady, she called the police. Told the police that my son said him and Moonman just killed him. So I'm like, bro, get your mother. I'm like, what the fuck going on? So the police come, she's saying, look, him and Moonman did it. He said Moonman was with him. I'm like, oh, hell no. They lock him up. Man, that nigga told like a motherfucker, bro. That nigga got locked up. That nigga got on this thing. He told everything. We was locked up for murder, charged with murder. He was telling on drug deals and all type of shit. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And this was one of them tough ass niggas. Super tough guy. You know what I'm saying? And when it was time for him to be tough, he wasn't tough. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't, hold his water, man. And that was as a juvenile, so a lot of times when people, like, I realized, like, I was a juvenile going to jail for attempted murders and murders. This moment, you look it up, you're going to see I've been through Receiver Home, C-No, Oak Hill, DC Jail, CCA, Feds, Shelter House, Group Homes. I've been in all of that shit, bro. I've been in every institution DC got to offer. You know what I'm saying? I've been in it. So, you could look that up and check that out. But when he told on me, it didn't really fuck me up bad that he told on me, because I knew that was like a part of the game. So when it happened, I was like, oh, this nigga bluffing, this nigga told me I fucked up. What killed me is when I put it out there that he was hot, how many niggas cut me off and was fucking with him. That's what fucked me up. I'm like, oh, bro. So you don't fuck with me because I said he told him? And to this day, I got a lot of dudes that don't fuck with me because this nigga told them. You know what I'm saying? That's like real talk. Another thing about jail was like Lord. I was in Lord. I was in Aqua. And I was in the Wall. And we got a homie named Mario Harris, real gorilla. Like, rest in peace to Mario, man. Mario, he passed away, man. He went out like he lived, man. But he was a real gorilla. And anybody that knew Mario throughout the BOP knew Slim wasn't to be played with. Like, Slim was a dangerous motherfucker. I grew up watching Mario in the streets. So I already knew who Mario was when I went to prison. But remember, I was a kid. So when he went to prison, I was 4 or 5 years old. When he come home, I'm going to prison. So we not around each other. He know my family well. He know the name. But she never been around me. So he really didn't know who I was. So I'm back there behind the wall making all these moves, getting all these drugs and doing all this stuff. And one day I come outside, Mario was like, hey, you getting all this shit right here. You ain't bought nothing out here to me. You ain't gonna keep on doing that. I'm like, huh? So he like, yeah, you come out here tomorrow, you ain't got nothing for me, I'm gonna break your motherfucking neck. He like, I'm gonna knock your ass out. Mario strong as shit, bro. I'm sitting there watching this nigga work out. I can't even do 5 pull-ups yet. I'm doing push-ups, sets of 10. This nigga doing 100 a clip. 25, 30 on the bar. This nigga getting it in. So I'm like, I ain't saying too much because we locked in the cage. Next morning, nigga tell me, bro, don't go outside. He be tripping. But, this moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going out there. Like, I'm just about to die today. Fuck that shit. I'm going out there. I get out there. When I get outside, a lot of motherfuckers calling me from other cages. Hey, move. I'm talking to niggas and shit. We talking. So the name started registering to him. A cell with the puzzle look. He looking at me. He like, shorty, where you from? I'm from uptown. He like, who your peoples? I'm like, you know my peoples. You know what I'm saying? I told him. He like, man, shorty, why you ain't say nothing? And I said, cuz, bro, you told me you was gonna fuck me up when I come out here today. So I ain't about to be talking about who my peoples are and all of this shit. We can talk about that now, but I'm saying, you told me if I come out here tomorrow and I ain't got something for you, you was knocking me out. You was fucking me up. So I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only reason I'm out here. Because I really didn't want to come out here. I'd rather be there smoking my weed. I got weed. They think I got dope. I don't got no dope. I got weed. oh, no one dope. I don't got no dope. You see what I'm saying? But they don't know that. But I don't feel like I got to tell nobody that. And so we started talking, got to reminiscing and kicking it, and we became like this. That's my big homie for real, Mario. And I just said that to say that, like, do I think Mario would have beat the shit out of me in that cage? Probably. I was 155 pounds, inexperienced as a motherfucker for real. Slim was at the top of his game. He probably would have dragged me through there. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I didn't duck it. I stood strong, I stood tall, and I came out there as a man. And, you know, luckily, bruh, you know, we didn't get into it. He respected, you know, me coming out being a man. And we bonded after that. Bro, Mario was the type of dude that, like, you go to Mario's cell, he got 10 pair of shoes in the cell. 6, a 7, 8.5, 11, 12. He just was whooping motherfuckers, taking their shoes, Mario got 20 Walkmans and shit in there, 20 pairs of headphones. He just whooping niggas, taking their shit. And like, you know, I'm sad that, you know, he was killed because he's one of the ones that I think deserve to be able to come home and get a fair shake of life, to get your mind together. But shout out to Mario, man. Rest in peace. You know, Mario Harris, man. That was a great, great, great DC soldier. No question. You know what I'm saying? Real soldier.
It started with a missing bicycle. On a cold November evening in 1991, chaos erupted along Park Road in northwest Washington, D.C. Witnesses described a man pacing furiously, accusing neighbors of theft and promising violent payback. "I'll shoot up all of Park Road," he warned. Then, without warning, the man pulled a 9mm handgun and fired into passing cars. His next move was even more chilling. He walked calmly to a man slumped on a stoop, Rene Best, a harmless neighborhood drunk, and shot him twice at point-blank range. Best never got up. The shooter vanished into the night. Detectives scoured the scene for leads. Several witnesses identified the man only by a nickname, Mario. As the investigation stretched into the early hours, a new witness came forward, someone who had stood next to Best during the shooting. Presented with a photo lineup, the witness pointed, Mark B. Harris. That was the break homicide detective Jerome Sitek needed. It was now nearly 3 a.m. And Sitek made a decision that would haunt the courtroom later. He chose not to wait for a warrant. Assembling a team of 10 officers, Sitek led them to 1372 Kenyon Street, where Harris lived with his mother. Officers surrounded the building, then buzzed their way inside. At the door to apartment 101, Harris's mother answered. Calmly, she told them her son was in the back. Moments later, Harris stepped out of his bedroom and straight into a wall of drawn weapons. Officers arrested him and, during a pat-down, discovered an ammunition clip in his pocket. But that wasn't all. Claiming safety concerns, officers pushed into his bedroom for what they called a protective sweep. It was there, wedged between the bed and wall, they found 2 weapons in plain view, a 9mm pistol and a Tech-9 semi-automatic. One would be identified as the murder weapon. Harris later claimed he was coerced into signing a search consent form. His mother insisted she never allowed police inside. The defense filed to suppress the evidence, arguing the police violated Harris's constitutional rights. Initially, the court agreed. A D.C. judge ruled that the officers entered both the building and apartment without proper consent or a warrant and ordered all evidence thrown out. The decision sent a shockwave through the prosecutor's office. But the government fought back and won. In United States v. Mark B. Harris, the D.C. Court of Appeals overturned the suppression. The court found that the nature of the crime, random, unprovoked, and executed with eerie calm, posed a credible threat to the public. The urgency justified the warrantless arrest, and the weapons, found during a lawful protective sweep, were admissible. In the court's words, this was no routine crime, it was an exceptional case. The charges stuck: murder while armed, assault with a dangerous weapon, firearms violations, and more. Harris was convicted and sentenced to life in federal prison. Years passed. The headlines faded. But Harris's story would take one final turn. On July 12, 2022, inside the maximum security walls of USP Pollock in Louisiana, Mark Harris, now 55 years old, was found unresponsive by prison staff. Emergency services rushed him to a nearby hospital. His injuries were severe. He never recovered. By mid-morning, he was pronounced dead. No staff or other inmates were injured. No details were released. The man who once terrorized a street over a bicycle, who became a symbol of the fine line between justice and civil rights, died as mysteriously as his story began. A case once marked by violence and legal debate had quietly reached its end, without warning and without answers.